Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, Jay, an interesting topic popped up in my mind yesterday during our live stream, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday. So if you guys are available, make sure that you check us out. And I was talking, Jay, and I was talking in general about Errol Spence versus Sebastian Fundora. And it popped into my mind that, man, I think this is another chess move by not only Errol Spence, but Al Heyman when it relates to just what Errol Spence is currently doing at the 154-pound division. Now, Jay, I want you to think about this for a second. Let's go back in time. So Terence Crawford told us that he wanted to fight at 154, that 147 pounds had become a little bit of a challenge for him to make as well. But then lo and behold, we find out that a few months later, he's actually trying to use 147 pounds as leverage to get more dollars, right? We know that the loser of that fight had the opportunity to call for the rematch. The loser was Errol Spence, and the winner got the opportunity to dictate the weight class. Well, Terence Crawford was the winner. Although Terence Crawford said that he did not want to return to 147 pounds, he was still using that to try to leverage himself into more money. Now, a lot of people are going to try to argue against that. We already saw that Stephen Espinosa spoke specifically to that particular situation, and that the intent and the spirit of that clause was not to be used in that manner or fashion, right? So we know that this occurred. Now, some people are going to blame Errol Spence, and they're going to say, well, Errol had the opportunity to get cataract surgery earlier and chose not to, and instead got the cataract surgery at the beginning of 2024, and that is the reason why the rematch is not materializing. Could there be blame on both sides? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, Terence Crawford absolutely tried to leverage the clause in order to get what he wanted out of a rematch, right? So what did Errol do? Errol went ahead and got that cataract surgery, right? Terence Crawford moved to 154 pounds. He was going to use his WBO super champion status to become the mandatory for the Tim Tszyu Fundora winner. But instead, Errol Spence used his relationship with the WBC and was able to leverage his way into becoming the number one contender for the WBC. And now he's getting the opportunity to face Sebastian Fundora at 154 pounds. Now think about it, Jay. If Errol Spence is successful against Sebastian Fundora, well, Terence Crawford has told us that he wants to be undisputed at 154 pounds. And the plan was to go through Sebastian Fundora. But if Errol Spence wins, guess what? He now has to go through Errol. Errol still gets his opportunity to become undisputed. And he gets his rematch at 54 without Terence Crawford's ability to try to leverage the weight clause to get more money. So I think that that's actually a masterful move, not only by Errol Spence, but also by Al Heyman. I think they're playing chess in that regards. And I know people are going to get upset. They're going to say, oh, you guys, you're hating this and this, that, and the third, and Terence Crawford this. But they're so glad when Terence Crawford is able to leverage his way into whatever it is that he wants. We can't then also be upset when other people are using the leveraging relationships that they have in order to get what they want. And so that's what Spence did. Should Terence be next for Fundora? Sure, if Terence didn't decide that he was going to go ahead and fight Madrimov. Why not wait a couple of months and just simply fight Fundora? It was only a couple of months. October, he's fighting him in August or September. October would have been a couple of months, maybe November at the time is what they said. But regardless, it was just going to be a few months. Instead, he took Madrimov. And so, in my opinion, Fundora should not be forced to wait until 2025 to fight again when he's ready to fight and get back into training somewhere in August. So, it is what it is. But Jay, what's your thoughts on that, bro?
Yeah, I mean, real quick on the whole Bud thing. I noticed that it's okay. It's always okay for Bud to do double dipping as far as dealing with two different fighters and entities, and no one else can do it. Mm-hmm. They're always okay with that. Yep. But in this regard here, do I like the fact that Spence didn't get the rematch? Not yet. No, I'm not happy with that, but I understand that he wanted it at 154. Bud wanted to get more money. I'm not mad at Bud for trying to get more money, although they negotiated already a rematch and everything, so he used that weight to leverage it like he did. So it is what it is on that. So to your point, Spence is going to be able to, if he's successful against Fundora, he's going to make Bud go through him to be undisputed at 154. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it wouldn't be fair to Fundora more than anyone else, because he would have to be waiting. Bud elected to take a fight on August 3rd to try to get a belt at 154. Cool. Don't be mad at the person that you were going to be mandated or supposed to fight later on that year goes elsewhere. He's not going to sit around. The world doesn't move around Bud. The world doesn't move around Spence neither. So I don't understand why everyone's so pissed about, Fundora could have fought early. Like, nah, he told you I can't fight until October, November. Why not wait? Why not wait if you just wanted that fight, that particular fight? But instead you're fighting Madrimov in August. You're not going to turn around and then fight him again in October, November. So let him get his fight in so he can get money, just like they want Bud to get money. Let Fundora get his money. Let Spence get his money. And then the winner of both fights, they fight each other first quarter of 2025. I don't see the problem in that. They just want, and also Bud's been clamoring, and his fans have been clamoring saying that he's going to be fighting Canelo in the year. How many fights can this dude fight in 3 months? Tell me. I mean, he's going to fight Usyk next. I mean, what the hell? But I'm not mad at Spence. Spence finally realized he had to play better chess than checkers. He had to get out of his emotional head where he just wanted to get a fight no matter what. He'll take whatever and give the person whatever to get that fight to be done. He had to realize that. I think he finally realized that now, and he's moving how he wants to move. We want to see what Spence looks like when he fights Fundora later this year, which I think will be a really good fight as well. And then they'll go from there. We get the rematch at 154. Spence and Bud, if they both are successful in their fights this year.
Yeah, Fundora shouldn't be stripped. That's just my opinion because
he shouldn't.
Crawford chose Crawford. Now, if Crawford didn't choose to actually fight Madrimov, and then Fundora went ahead and faced Spence, then I would say Fundora should be stripped. But because Bud chose another opponent, then I feel like Fundora shouldn't be forced to wait till 2025 to fight anyone because he has to wait for Crawford. To your point, Crawford fans saying that he's actually going to fight Canelo at the end of the year or the beginning of 2025. So what? So Fundora is just supposed to wait until Bud decides what? Like, no, man. Like, it doesn't work like that. So, for me personally, I'm glad Errol's getting the opportunity. I'm glad Crawford's getting the opportunity. Fundora shouldn't be stripped because at the end of the day, no matter who the winner is, they got to fight. They got to fight Terence Crawford. The WBC has elected to make Crawford a mandatory in case, Canelo, not Canelo, but Fundora wins or Errol Spence wins. WBO has elected to make him the interim champion. So whatever the case may be, he's going to end up facing the winner of that fight. So, man, why not just let Fundora keep his belt? Crawford will come with the WBA if he wins. The winner of Fundora and Spence will come with the WBC and the WBO. So depending on who wins. And then they can unify. And then they got one more title, the IBF. So it is what it is. I don't see an issue with it. They should just move on and just allow these fights to play out and just see what happens. Maybe Crawford does get the Canelo fight. I doubt it, but maybe he does. And this is just a moot point, but it is what it is. You guys tell us what you think in the comment section in regards to this particular topic. Is Errol Spence playing chess, not checkers? Is it a situation where Fundora should be allowed to keep his title, considering the fact that Terence Crawford decided to move forward with Madrimov? Let us know what you think. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, and we are out.